My start in music, I started at a pretty young age, skyrocketed probably around the age of 13, 14, 15 maybe.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's probably when I first picked up the guitar. Yeah. When I first started playing guitar, that's when I really got it.
Went to School of Rock and
Yeah, so
through there. When did you decide to make a band?
I decided to make a band probably March of 2015. That's when I really wanted to try to start something on my own.
Okay, and you guys play rock and roll music. Anything else?
Yeah, it was mainly just, we do a little bit of everything. We do a little bit of hard rock, we do a little bit of punk, a little blues, a little metal, We try to have a lot of variety, what I mean?
Is that inspired from different members of the group having different tastes in music, or?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely inspired by other people's taste in music and also the ways they play their instruments too. That really puts an effect on how the music sounds when it comes out. We haven't had any venues that have said, "Oh, we're not letting you play because you're loud," but we have had venues say, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to play here again unless you turn it down a little bit," and we won't do that because that's just how we are. In 5 years, that's a tough question because there's so many things I want to do musically. I would obviously say, make it big with the band, but as much as I would like that to happen, you also have to think realistic when you're 17 years old. And I could probably see myself, maybe owning like a nice music store business or like a school rock type of deal where I can give lessons and whatnot. Just personally, I really listen to it all. I listen to everything from jazz to reggae to metal to pretty much everything between A and Z. But one artist that really sticks out to me is Dave Grohl. From his drumming to Nirvana to his rhythm guitar playing and vocals and Foo Fighters, he's just a great musician.
How is it being on stage?
Being on stage, it's really not for everyone because even when you're at a small club having like 75 to maybe 100 plus people looking at you on stage and it's all quiet, just you, that can be pretty frightening for most people, you know what I mean? But for me, I found it I liked it a lot because when you're up there with your friends playing your music, you just get into it. It's a lot of fun. But we did have one gig where our drummer Nate Melanson, we were playing, and his kit just started falling apart behind me, and like cymbals were hitting me in the back, and like I had to like scoot back and like push the cymbals up while they're on my back, and so there are points when that happens, but you just kind of roll with it. That's why it's live. The band originally consisted of me on lead guitar, Zach also on lead guitar, Zach Martin on lead guitar, and that's how the band started. It was just me and him jamming out for a little bit. Then we got our drummer Nate Melanson, great drummer. He's joined, and then we had a bass player called Richie. He came in for a little bit, and he started playing bass. And then Blake Rutowski came in for a third guitar. And that was the band originally, no singer at all because we didn't know who we wanted. But then one day, I just kind of put on the big boy pants. I was like, all right, I'll do it. Sang, the voice worked, and then we had and unfortunately Richie had to leave, our bass player at the time. He had to leave, and then we took Blake, and Blake said, "Oh yeah, I would love to play bass for the band." And, that's how Operation Mayhem started.
Okay, Mike. So you have quite an impressive set list of songs now. How many total?
Currently, we have 12 originals, and we do have a couple of covers that we like to throw in everything. But we do have 12 originals, and we are planning on coming with an album this summer, June, July, maybe August. We wanted to create a Wikipedia page for our band, and our bass player Blake, he just kept trying to do it, and this thing kept coming up like, Mike Rusoff will not let it happen. Like, it was saying like, oh, you can't create a band page because Mike Rusoff wasn't happening. And so I was getting pretty mad. I was like, all right, I'm gonna write a song about this guy. I'm gonna call it Mr. Rusoff. Then the song's about as if I were him talking about not letting this band making a Wikipedia page. But we came to find out that put two together, it's Microsoft.
You put that back up on my property. I'll rip it off. I'm Mr. Russo.
We have one called Three of a Kind, which is about a battle of bands that was pretty much dissing everybody there. And I wrote the lyrics actually driving to home from practice once. I wrote the lyrics for the whole song driving home, and pretty much about us, going to a battle of bands that wasn't really, that you could tell they were favorites, and it's very punky, because in punk, when you get pissed off, you write about it and you write a song. And
I don't belong here. One of which I know it ends up being wrong.